Are getting even more heated in the race for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. U.S. Representative Angie Craig was playing defense on Fox 9 this weekend, and today she debated Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan on Minnesota Public Radio.
Fox 9's Corin Hoggard is live at the Hennepin County Elections Office for us this evening. And Corin, political analysts say things are getting a bit nastier as they're running out of time to differentiate themselves.
Yeah, Randy, a little bit chippy today. It's actually early voting is already underway. In fact, they've extended their hours here because we're just about 2 weeks out from the August 11th primary. And yeah, you could hear it today in that debate on NPR that Peggy Flanagan and Angie Craig are getting a little bit of, a little more chippy and personal with each other. It's the second time they've debated, and Hamline University political science professor David Schultz says it does seem like they're getting a lot more personal, and that's probably because this is a very close race. Schultz also says that these two generally agree with each other, but they each have some weaknesses that the other one is basically trying to exploit. And for Flanagan, that may be the fraud that became pervasive while she was lieutenant governor.
Well, in terms of the primary, I think the fraud issue is certainly a problem for her, and whether or not she can distance herself from Walz, who's become very unpopular within the Democratic Party. Going to the general election, though, I think that poses an even bigger problem.
Republicans are saying out loud that they would like to run against you. They would not like to run against me. And when you talk about Republicans talking about the fraud issue, they're already running against you on fraud.
I know, what Congressman Craig said just a few weeks ago, that the attacks on Tim Walz and Keith Ellison were political theater. She's now going on to use Republican talking points. And I think that's, frankly, where Congresswoman Craig is most comfortable as someone who votes with Donald Trump more than any other Minnesota Democrat.
Corin, quickly on this. We hear Craig's attack and Flanagan's response there. What does Schultz think is the weak spot for Craig where Flanagan would be attacking?
Yeah, her Achilles heel may be her vote to support the Laken-Riley Act, which cleared the way for stronger immigration enforcement in the country, and that came just a few months before Operation Metro Surge, and that is something that they believe. You could hear Flanagan talking about and attacking Craig there on NPR today. Craig actually, has said that she regrets that vote, but that's something that the voters are going to have to decide.
In terms of the primary, especially in light of the Metro Surge, it's been a liability for her, and she's been on the defensive the whole time regarding that. When it comes to the general election, she comes from a competitive district, and looking in terms of picking up votes in greater Minnesota, her stance on that act probably doesn't hurt her. Maybe it helps her, but it certainly doesn't hurt her.
And this weekend, Craig came on Fox 9 and defended herself against accusations that she was endorsement fishing from Senator John Hoffman while he was still in the ICU after that politically motivated assassination attempt that injured him and his wife, aimed at his daughter Hope, also killed Melissa and Mark Hortman. Craig denies that she did that, and we'll hear more from her on that issue and whether Schultz believes that that's going to be an issue that actually impacts the way voters choose. Coming up on Fox 9 at 6.
All right, Corin, thank you. And it's only July, right? So we got more of this to come.